you're able to see the resolution of a single slit. What do you mean by resolution?
Yes, sir.
Resolution in the sense, resolution is nothing but the ability to resolve the two images with our
Yes,
eye.
sir.
Okay, so through the single slit, how can we resolve it? Or through any optical system, how can we resolve two images which is forming one over the other? Right? That capacity or that ability we called as resolution. Now you can see through the single slit when you are obtaining the light on the screen, how it can be able to resolve. Here you are seeing two diagrams, right? If I'll ask you to notice something, so either you can able to see first diagram very clearly or second diagram very clearly, not at a time two diagrams, right? So, or else at a time you are trying to see the two diagrams, but two different manner you are seeing as two different objects you are seeing, means you are resolving there. You can see the ability of optical system to distinguish closely spaced objects. See, these are the two images which is obtained on the screen. We are trying to distinguish through this single slit. Okay, objects is limited because of the wave nature. Means through the single slit we can up to certain extent only we can resolve. We cannot resolve much. Simple logic. I'll tell you, whenever I wanted to concentrate any object, I'm taking a photograph. In that, I'm making zoom much. When I'm zooming, I can do zoom up to certain extent. I cannot zoom more, right? Though I need to cover one thing, also I need to can do up to certain limit. Now, at the same time, you can see that if the sources are at the far enough, means at larger distance, if they are from the screen, the central maxima do not overlap, means it will not come on over each other. There are the two light rays are coming and forming the image. It will not come one on another. Okay, their images can be separated or distinguished, so that we can say that they are resolved. Look at here. S1 and S2 are far from each other and the light is projecting like this. Then we can find here they are distinguished from each other and they can said to be a resolve, right? But coming to this case, the distance between the two sources very near. Okay, so since they are near, there is a chance one image comes on another or another image comes on the previous one. There may be overlapping can takes place, right? So how to avoid this overlapping? If you use the sources away from each other, then we can avoid the overlapping. Simple logic. Two torchlights when you are coming and projecting on the screen like this, two torchlights is trying to form the image at the same place, in the sense one image overlap another image usually, right? If you make it two away from each other and if you project the light on the screen, then obviously this is separate image, this is separate image forms. That phenomena is called as resolving or distinguishing. So this is Mr. Rayleigh is a scientist, has given some criteria. What is that criterion he has given? In diffraction process, if there are two lights has come like this, is trying to form one over the other like this, you are seeing on the screen, right? You wanted
Yes,
Yes,
to
sir.
yes, sir.
distinguish. Actually these two are from the different sources. Because of the different sources, two different images has formed, but they are trying to overlap on each other. So when central maxima of one image falls on the first minimum, means the white ring is there, no, this one, it is falls on the another one. So the other image, the images are said to be just resolved, means it is not completely resolved, just still they are touching, just resolved. This limiting condition of resolution is called as Rayleigh's criterion. Whatever the limiting condition, this much we can able to resolve, that limitation we call it as Rayleigh's criterion. You can see this center and this out, means outer edge point, let us say the minima, And in this case, you see the both are overlapped each other. In a third case, if you see that it's completely one over another, we can say this is completely overlapped. This is trying to overlap, not completely. Why I can say? Because half of the first image is occupied by the second one. From Rayleigh's criterion, you can see here minimum angular separation of the sources for which the images are resolved. This resolution comes because of the angular separation between the two sources. So we know that from the diffraction, theta equal to lambda by A or lambda by D. So if this theta is more, then the circular aperture of a diameter D which we are using is approximately equal to 1.22 lambda by capital D. Means this is a capital D is a circular aperture of diameter which is forming here. Here we are not taking this a capital D between them the distance. No, it's a circular aperture which is forming on the screen. The diameter we are taking. So this is we are writing from basically from the diffraction equation only. The resolution of any image which is forming, that is up to certain limited wavelength only it is possible. So if you take photography, closing the aperture too much leads to unsharp pictures. Are you understanding? If the you are trying to bring the camera very near to the image and you are trying to capture, what happens? Will you get the proper image? No, no. So that is what the basic reason from this Rayleigh's criterion beta. So when you are trying to zoom it, means you are trying to closer to your object, therefore you will not have proper image, unsharp pictures you will get. Okay, so you need to avoid in the sense you should maintain theta equal to 1.22 times of the lambda by the diameter of the aperture which is forming. Let us see here, if single slit diffracts, what about the double slit? Are you understanding this point? If single slit diffracts,
Yes, sir.
what about the double slit is my question. Through the double slit, how it happens? Look at here. Through the double slit, same like interference. Double slit is in the nothing but interference pattern. Like you are having the more maximas, whereas in interference also you will have the same concept. No, all the amplitudes are same. Okay, it is not disappearing. It's but whereas in a single slit diffraction, only central maxima is brighter. Rest of the all gradually decreasing its amplitudes. Okay, so you know that if slit width is not infinitesimally smaller, means if it is not smaller but comparable to wavelength, you must account for diffraction. As I said, the condition, if wavelength of the light so greater then slit width is smaller, then you will have the more diffraction. Why? The light will bend more. No, are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Through the small slit, the light will bend. Larger wavelength light comes means it bends much. Okay. So approximately lambda equal to slit width if you are taking, you will not have proper diffraction or you can able to consider that. Now, double slit diffraction. Remember why I am telling double slit diffraction. Further, if you go further step, we will not have only the double slit. We will have the multiple slit. That is called diffraction through grating. Okay, what is grating? I'll tell you. See, double slit diffraction is nothing but interference. Simple. Okay. See, look at here. Through the two slits, light will go superimpose and image forms on the screen. That is a position from the central fringe to at a point. The output which you are obtaining, the intensity curve is like all the time. The intensity is uniform since amplitude is same at every band or every fringe. But if you take single slit diffraction, the relative intensity, only central fringe is maximum, whereas all other are minimum. Now you can compare and you can see. The first case is for the diffraction to the single slit. Second case to the double slit it is. And from A and B combinedly, if you see the missing order, obviously it will be missed few of the oscillations. Means if you are trying with the angle changing, there are some amplitudes completely will miss. This is the most important thing we need to know. What is this beta? When you are trying to see diffraction through the n number of slits, that is called as diffraction grating. Grating means it is a thin strip. It is having n number of wires inside. It is a just for understanding purpose we have taken analogy diagram. Otherwise, I think you have here something. I'll show you. Yeah. When a light passing through the grating, here, this is a grating beta. You can see here. Are you able to see? This is a
Yes, sir.
grating.
Yes, sir.
Grating in the sense here thin wires are available. Thin wires, through the thin wires, this light allows to pass. Since it is white light is coming, so it will be forms in a form of color fringes on the screen. Okay. See, these are the outputs. The spectrum will form in a spectroscopy if you see. This is happen through the diffraction grating when we are allowing the light. Here you can see diffraction through the grating. First you should understand what is a grating. Grating is a just a rectangular frame. Inside there are the thin slits, very thin wires are available. Wire to wire there is a equally spaced distance that acts as each one as a slit. So through that we are allowing the light. So we know that through the different wavelengths how the light divides and will go in diffraction. Large number of equally spaced parallel slits you are having. What happens? Same path difference, delta equal to d sine theta or a sine theta we are having in diffraction between any two adjacent sides. If there is a difference between one path to another path, how much apart from the lambda by 2, any odd number differences comes, then there is a diffraction forms on the screen. Okay. If delta is equal to some integer multiple of wavelengths, then waves from all slits all arrive in a phase at a point on a distant screen. Means if they are coming in the phase, what happens? The interference is maxima if they are in the same phase. D sin theta equal to m lambda or n lambda we will take. Now you are seeing here. The light is passing through the prism, a light is passing through the grating. This is a diffracted grating, remember. The light is going straight. Here it is one side it is bending, but here two sides it is bending. This side as well as this side. This is a comparison of refraction, diffraction spectra. Okay, the equation we know diffraction equation d sin theta equal to m lambda, a sin theta equal to m lambda, d sin theta equal to m lambda. All are same. This is for double slit interference and constructive, and this is for single slit diffraction when there is a destruction takes place. Destruction in the sense dark fringes will form. And d sin theta equal to m lambda. This is diffraction grating constructing. Understood? Diffraction and
Sir.
interference is opposite cases. Means there the condition is opposite to this bright condition. There the dark condition is different. Here the dark condition is different, opposite to each other. But fringe widths are same. Whether you compare or not. Yesterday 2 videos, if you compare and understand, fringe widths are same. Beta equal to or position of the fringe width y equal to lambda into small d by capital D. Okay, but if you are using grating, so grating from the diffraction grating, whatever the output you are obtaining, that is constructive. The same thing happen in interference also. Constructive interference you will get. That you can see that when you are obtaining the light or diffraction process through the grating, look at here, all the light waves are having the same amplitude. Interference is maximum, d sin theta equal to m into lambda. Okay, now here you can see at the central maximum 0, lambda by d minus 2 lambda by d, lambda by d, 2 lambda by d. It is alternatively, it gradually forms same interference. Means what you understood from this, in output, usually in diffraction process, only central maxima is brighter. Rest of the all gradually decreases. But diffraction through the grating, it is like interference. Every wave after the central maxima, the second band, third band, second minima, first minima, or sorry, maximas, all are having the same amplitude, like interference, right? Intensity curve in interference and diffraction grating are same. Whereas intensity curve in a diffraction, only diffraction through the single slit is only central maximum will form. Understood the difference that you can see here? See beta, when you are obtaining the interference or diffraction through the grating, you will have the output like this. When you are allowing white light to pass through the single slit, sorry, through the double slit, or else through the diffraction grating, you will have the live output like this. Are you seeing?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Actually, this till now I was telling that grating. Grating is used to obtain the spectra beta through there is a collimator device. In that there is a spectrometer one side. Through that, when we are seeing, after keeping the grating at the center, on the grating we are allowed to pass the light, then we can notice like this spectral lines. Okay, so spectroscopy means visible light. This is a visible spectrum. If you go very keen observation by using this diffraction grating process, so we will have the you might know in chemistry or in physics in at the higher level, atomic structure, spectral lines, Bohr atomic spectra. In that you are having hydrogen spectral lines and hydrogen helium plus, sorry, hydrogen plus helium spectral lines, mercury spectral lines. We can obtain this. By obtaining these spectral lines, we will study about the material, right? Of course, that is chemistry. Don't go much there. You can see on the in the dark room. If you do this experiment, you will obtain the bands like this. This is a white light whenever it is passing to the diffraction grating, which you are obtaining. So this is all about the diffraction and diffraction through the grating. Is I
Yes, sir.
hope everyone
Yes, sir.
have some idea
Yes, sir.
about